Good morning, fellow Ambazonia. Today, na Monday, Country Sunday, Independent Day goes down. Number 15 day for number 11 month for the year 2021. My name na Capo Daniel, the Ambazonian Governing Council Deputy Defense Chief. This one na my daily podcast for una. My own country people them say, for you for no place where you go, you need for no place where you come out. People them where they don't know their history, them be easily manipulated. One of the shortcomings them for the Ambazonian them na say, our history are all written and nobody reads, these days. Our people communicate in pidgin and there is nothing written in pidgin for them to read or for them to have listened. Even those who carry PhD, if you do not communicate to them in a language that they're dreaming, they will hardly understand. So, ladies and gentlemen, I will take my time with this series, the more than they bring them out, for give una the history of our territory, as well as the history of the politics, what makes us what we are, and the type of dynamics that have shaped our present situation. It will help us to navigate this our liberation struggle. I believe so. I want make we remember the way people they be talk during the time where our country, our territory, they be consider our future, whether we go become independent or we go back for Nigeria or we go for La Republic. At that time, they be talk about plebiscite. It be very casual. The language was carefully chosen by the British people. But since we, the people of Southern Cameroon, we were very advanced in terms of our understanding of concept. But that one, as we see how things they go evolve, it become also a problem. Even people them for elementary school standard 6, at that time they be understand, say plebiscite, it no be enforceable. A plebiscite, it no dey like a referendum. A plebiscite, it no be compulsory for a government to act on it. So people they were just saying, I do wanna just plebiscite, no be referendum. So there is nothing to worry about. The plebiscite during the time of the day be seen by our people like a process where it could help for inform the House of Chiefs. It will just be a way for make the House of Assembly me they know who side the people they lean. It no be any constitutional process. The expectation be at that time of the day. Now say after the plebiscite, the House of Assembly it go be informed of which way people they think. Then they go make their debate before them take their decision. It be clear for our people as the politician and the leader they tell them, say the plebiscite is not a foregone conclusion for big people that talk. A plebiscite is not binding. It cannot be enforced, unlike a referendum where the government must act upon it. A referendum is binding on the government, while a plebiscite is not. And what people they need for know this different, because La Republic them, especially the one the way them be pro assimilation of we for Southern Cameroon, they talk now say we begin a referendum. No, it was not, and our people them, even standard 6 people they be understand very well the exercise where they be go through. Whatever conclusion we be need for be make, it will be for bring they be supposed for according to protocol bring them for House of Assembly, meet and debate them for adjust their constitution accordingly. Now why that way when they hear the constitutional issue where even John Foncha be talk say there was no constitution because they be expect say after all the debate, after the endorsement for the UN, their discussion with La Republic and all the suggestion, they be supposed to carry and all go down for House of Assembly, may be adopted into law before it go be binding upon our people. Even a treaty, it need to be binding onto the assembly because we be already get an assembly of constituent representation of our people. That means say we be already get people where they don't vote and then go for parliament, go should they represent we officially. So nothing would have been law without that House of Assembly adopting it. So make una understand why La Republic they always talk say it was a referendum. It was a referendum. There is nothing binding upon our people and our territory officially. Even the official procedure for make a referendum. Now when the House of Assembly it done already debate, and then they will take the question now, then put them for the people, them, make them vote in a referendum. If in case they be need a referendum before the one certify them, or the one for adopt any international treaty for inside our House of Assembly. Now the procedure that way be day, according to the constitution will be getting for Southern Cameroon at that moment. And now also the international practice that way day, including for Great Britain, where will be under their care for the trusteeship agreement. So our representative them for the legislature, our House of Assembly, they be still the wait, make Jongu Foncha go bring the plebiscite result and the proposal them way I usual or La Republic the Ranshidong for discuss and for Fumban, so that they go can table and for assembly before they go make the decision whether would not approve for join La Republic or not. The Fumban conference be done practically be adjourned. For the mind of our parliamentarian them and our people them, the process it be still go on. So it be very important make all man know the truth. Say House of Assembly it no be done even debate. So La Republic no for joke they not be supposed to do come across our border, enter inside our country anyhow. We will count our House of Assembly it nobody even accept or make decision. Even the House of Assembly, when they for adopt, they for carve out which way they for put them for we as the people for vote them in a real referendum now for the decision for be now binding, then we go join La Republic. That one are the constitutional basis that for join them, or through a union treaty where even if Jongu Foncha them as representative of the executive be go enter into treaty, that treaty still be need for be adopted for our assembly. So whether they be signed for Fumban, where they not be signed them, they for still come back for assembly. For can submit them for adoption or for the assembly for then choose for adopt them or for send them back to the people, make them vote them now for a referendum before we go fit talk so we don't join La Republic. So they act for La Republic for enter cross camp for our side, like the Ambazonia Governing Council, it talk say it be an act of invasion. They no be get no right. It be violate our constitution, it be violate all norms of international law. And all these things where they are representative when they debate, they keep on using the word referendum now because they already know who said them break law, who said them bring injustice. Place where it start for they know them. So my country people them, for me forgive una some anger, we una go fit turn up see am very well. I go want for take una for the Democratic Republic of Congo, so that una go understand which way we go call them say the Southern British Cameroon dilemma. So Congo Kinshasa it get independence for 1960. Kasavubu it na their president. Even though that position for president for the Democratic Republic of Congo, it be just been a ceremonial position. The real person where be run the country, it be been the prime minister, where it be been Lumumba, where it be very famous. I think Oma know Lumumba, Patrick Lumumba, it be take power for Congo now for June 1960 as the prime minister, head of government. It not be take long since he enter for power. It won't reach September. One of the provinces then for Congo then declare their independence. Katanga, then they call them say Katanga Republic, then declare their own independence. People where they be behind that Katanga, their declaration say they want to be independent, it be that white man them for South Africa and that racist people them for South Africa. Now they be behind. Because that region, for that Katanga place, now they that cobra day. That cobra, now that ingredient, now that spices where they take them, that thing where they take and make nuclear weapon, they use them for make nuclear power, for get electricity for all the white man country, the way they don't be very advanced. It be day for day, like 80% for the reserve them be dinner for that region. So after Katanga it declare independent, Patrick Lumumba he go for United Nations for go back send me the hell up. United Nations then deny for help. The US then deny for help. The UK then deny for help. The Belgium, when they be the colonial master for Congo, they instead turn the support na Katanga, their independence. Even the CIA for America, it turned the support na the Katanga people because na they were that ingredient for make nuclear head, it be they. So Patrick Lumumba, it be now forced for go bring the Soviet Union, the Slovakians, and also the Cubans. Then the West, the coalition of the West, the American and the European, they don't decide to declare now, say, the Congo, the government for Patrick Lumumba, na communist people them. So they now talk, say, since Patrick Lumumba, they don't go join hand with communist country them, they will do everything for bring it down. So just 7 months for the time we take power, they already assassinated, they don't finish them already, they don't kill it. So then key Patrick Lumumba just 1 month before our plebiscite. It will be not the hot thing that for all man in mind for Africa and the international community when they talk or they do anything we concern Africa. So the United Nations, it will be in turmoil at that time. Then with the French then jump in now. They start communicate with the British people. Say Southern Cameroon where do for corner Nigeria where big so it can turn a communist country. And it could become a situation where it could be very difficult for the British people or for Nigeria for handle them. So the French they be make the case. Say if small Cuba, it be give America pepper. What about small Southern Cameroon where it could do for their under? For corner place the way petrol day and all those type of things, they go worry Nigeria or British people them their interest for inside Nigeria too much. So now the time that way the British and the French people them they start for make this plan for change their politics, for change their tongue, change their way of talking and looking at us. And the thing be been say at that time plenty maquisards, people where they will call and say maquisards for La Republique, they be there enter for inside our territory plenty. Foncha it will help them. And then Kwame Nkrumah two way it to be the gate problem with British people them. They be the consider it say be communist because it be the gate communication with the communist people for other countries, Vietnam and all across the world. It to be send money for Foncha. Foncha be the work hand in hand with the francophone them, the maquisard them. So it will further make them be very worried. Say Southern Cameroon it will become a communist country. Now all the things then this way will happen in the mind and the thinking of the day. There was a strong debate in the United Kingdom's Parliament about Southern Cameroon's independence. You feel read them if you go for computer or for your phone, your browser, you type api.parliament.uk. You go see the debate. It will give you a very good insight about the thinking of the day, what the British were doing, what they were saying. You get a big businessman, Mr. Thompson, where he talk strongly about our territory because he get business interests, and you get Frank also with a lot of deputy they talk. When I go read them all, when I go understand what it be happen before Southern Cameroon independence. La Republique, or which way they call them for that time, is Cameroon. It be already been a one-party system already. You be use force and intimidation, put all man for under a party for your own country. But Southern Cameroon, it be still be multi-party system. Political party were everywhere. And we need to understand this dynamic because there is some train, similar type of behavior that we are behaving today that was the same day. They had many groups. What you call groups is not very different from the various groups that we have today in Ambazonia. So it's important that we know what errors we made. We are equipped with the knowledge of our history so that we will not make the same mistake because history have a way of repeating itself. So La Republique or West Cameroon, East Cameroon, they begin a union Cameroonese, na the political party that way I be done force all people them, then join them. For our side, for West Cameroon, as they began to call at that time, the leading political party been a KNDP. That means Cameroon National Democratic Party, being led by Foncha. Foncha was the party chair. CPNC, it be been the one way na Endele, it be been the chair, it be the leader. Then you also get CUC, Cameroon Union Congress. These other parties, so now the one way Muna, it become make them. That way problem, it be come out. Yan Jua, Muna come out, go open your own party. So CUC, it will be na splinter group. It will be na a group where we come out, where Muna come out, go form your own party. That way we get problem with Jua. Important point to na say time where the KNDP they be get their national conference for Kumba for 1964. For inside that conference, Foncha it be the fight for what it want make itself like chairman for that party forever. But Jua they be the opposer, they talk say no. You the chairman for the party, if the party na it be the winning party with the majority of lawmaker them for House of Assembly, now that head of the party go naturally become the prime minister, because the party parliamentary and them they go be lawyer for vote na them choose na for be party prime minister, and they be deny say me John go Foncha no comot go for Yaoundé, make it remain me stay for inside Boya like the head of government, me no comot go for Yaoundé. So as Foncha, he no for fit stay again as the chairman for that political party, because they be talks to that person, the chairman, he go automatically be a prime minister each time we their party it dominate for parliament. So the position now it be now in contest. Now for the way Jua, he and Muna they start fight for power. Now who go be chairman for the KNDP. Foncha come out against party rule, move office for Yaoundé. As he go for Yaoundé, Ahidjo immediately change law. So you know if you hold two position, you know if you be the prime minister for Southern Cameroon or West Cameroon as they be call them at that time, and then the same time you be vice president for ye. So Foncha, they be tell you say me no leave the office of the prime minister office, because now one way they be vote and give for you from our own assembly. Now one way they be vote elective for day. Me send a different person me go for represent we for your own day. Me no be ye it go again for day. But you know yeah, the party for Ndele CPNC it will be largely ignored when it comes to policy matter them. They not be the seek them, they not be the consult them. They be ignore them because they be in a minority. Such a level way Endele decide for the Trump open for floor. Say me will better just go in for one party system. Since now all man they consolidate, all man they focus now for way to be the Foncha party they do me will better just go for one party system, otherwise a party no will get any say in which way they do At that time, Muna now he just jump, start begin get direct communication with La Republique, their own political party for try for secure your own position too for day, because it be now some sort of a power struggle, all man they struggle for protect your own power. But Fonlon, he be opposed very, very strongly. He said no. So Professor Bernard Nsokika Fonlon, he be opposed the idea of one party very, very strongly. So Professor Fonlon, he will come out with which way they call and say higher national mission. And Professor Fonlon, he opened the constitutional issue. Say the thing way is supposed to fix our country if we unite with La Republique as we be unite with them. Now for constitution, it need for be for constitution clearly like it be supposed to be. They're supposed to follow the protocol them as it be supposed to be. No be say they could just keep on the go ahead without any constitutional amendment or adoption or resolutions for inside our own House of Assembly. So Professor Fonlon, he be say me the assess since where they come meet up La Republique, make Foncha in name any project where they don't do them together or as a result of that coming together, whether for economics, education, whatever field. And the assessment shows that there was nothing. Nothing had been done. Everything was standstill. So the framework where Professor Fonlon he bring up with all the three parties them, they agree on 6 major principles them where they will take them for your own day. One, now say in all major projects, the three parties they must consult together for come up with one suggestion. Secondly, say all parties them go enjoy the same conception when it comes for government policies them. That means say every party if it bring its own conception them for table. Not be only the majority one go they bring issue them for table. It need to be equal when they come for propositions them. More importantly, they be decided the need for revise the constitution, and second, and also if any decision it want be taken for government policy, it must be taken in a council of ministers. All these propositions them they be carry and go down for East Cameroon. East Cameroon be reject them all because then talk say it not be in line with their constitution, because for their constitution the president all and all president get all power. So at the end, Foncha and Foncha and Aijo then jointly announced say a 17-man committee, national committee could be set up for reinforce the collaboration between the two states and to better the method of work and answer the constitutional questions, or a better word, to review the constitutional changes that are supposed to take place. The committee finally met in October, the 17-man committee. They were more concerned with joining the two parties together. The hope for constitutional review was not even brought up again. Even John Foncha did not even bring up the constitutional review issue. So one of the reasons where it be articulated now because say Tawe John Foncha they be come back with the constitution where Ijo began for them. They bring up for assembly. The assembly be say they need to submit them for Southern Cameroon Bar Association. Meet their own lawyer them. They are expert them for constitutional law. Meet they examine which way they happen before any debate or before any tabling of the matter of constitution is done. But Foncha be just take them, just call only some member them for a party, KNDP, then travel go meet up Aijo for discuss the constitutional issue them. The lucky thing it just be say it not be tabled, it not be approved, it not be adopted by the House, the Assembly, our House of Assembly. So it was just a matter of the KNDP with Amadu Aijo their discussion in Yaoundé and the verbal agreement that the Foncha, his political party, just agree with them. They never came back to the Parliament, to the House of Assembly, to make any submission or tabling of the bill to be adopted, or the Constitution of La Republique to be adopted by our Assembly as the rule them be for the House. So my country people them Endele the party CPNC when they be done first rule the country, the first party for rule the country, with Endele now being ignored on all matters. He was being ignored deliberately. So Foncha was ignoring him because he was a very man of protocol, and Foncha did not want his own party people to look at the constitutional matter, to have any say. Foncha was carrying things and running away by himself. And you can see Muna, who was rejected to be the head of the party, political party, go and create his own party and run away directly to go and meet La Republique to start negotiate his own power base. Jongu Foncha now the new leader, carry constitution that was brought from Fumban and take it with his own political party, going to see Foncha to make his own arrangement. And now you see Endele, who too have been ignored. So you find a former powerful man becoming very insignificant, being isolated, ignored by everybody. So all man he run for go pair up with Aijo, a party, privately. All man they come in their own group. They are coming in three instead of one people to represent our people. They have all abandoned their constitutional obligation and they were now going as party in their own groups. So my fellow Ambazonians, does that sound familiar? People going with the motivation of their own group to go and secure power. We have seen people making decisions to go and negotiate, hurrying to go and negotiate without any consideration of even the negotiation table. This is a situation very critical. And I will not go into group politics by further giving my own comment again. I will just leave it there for our people to think, consider this thing, put it in prayer, and really think. Let history not repeat itself. Let us break this cycle. Let common sense prevail. Let rational thinking prevail. It is so tempting, and I will just do it. Why will any group go and agree that an NGO working on behalf of a Swiss government be the only one to mediate, and they refuse that any other country cannot come? We have now heard directly in front of everybody and the international community in Canada how the Swiss representative, he clearly said that Paul Biya have not committed. He clearly said that the Switzerland are not even mediator, like you have been hearing. This is what they said it to everybody. They say that they are facilitator. They are not even mediator. They are facilitator to their client. That is the word they use there. Why would anybody do that to us? The same people, it's not like we did not have choice. We had the European Institute of Peace, in which I will start publishing some of those documents, who even recognize us as Ambazonians for this. And today, they are bringing everybody together to accept that we should have a multinational approach of mediation. Any reasonable person will tell you that it is the right thing to do, because when you have one or two countries, it will be difficult for conspiracy or for any manipulation to take place. It be as it be. I don't put my own foreground. God bless you now. Capo Daniel, signing off.